faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive. Why do I keep leaving the camera on? Hi, I'm Jason Inman, and I love comic books. That's why in the week of June 12th, I read every DC New 52 comic book that was published in the world. I'm going to give each of these books a buy it, read it, or skip it rating. But before I get to those reviews, don't forget to go to majorspoilers.com, the comic book website where they know that you love comic books, and we do too. Now let's up and away to some reviews. Batgirl number 21. I get what they're trying to do with Barbara Gordon in the New 52. I understand. They're trying to put the classic Batgirl back in the classic, well, sort of redesigned classic Batgirl costume. But I have to admit, it's just not quite working. Nightwing shows up. He's concerned about Barbara because Barbara apparently has been radio silent since Death of the Family. And Barbara sort of goes into this really cool, kind of neat little horror setting against the new ventriloquist. It's all scary and it's all dark. And they do a little bit of foreshadowing with her roommate being like, hey, you want to watch a horror movie with me? And Batgirl's like, no, I don't want to watch a horror movie. I see people getting stabbed every day on the streets when I'm wearing a bat cowl. Why would I want to watch it on my free time, lady? She says lady to another lady. It's kind of funny that way. But Batgirl, in the New 52, I have some problems with her. I liked her better as Oracle. She had more power, she had more presence, she had more pizzazz. I thought she was a stronger character. In this comic book, the strongest moment is when her date shows up at the end. Her date shows up and spooks her, and it seems like a bad 1980s sitcom. I wish Batgirl was better. I miss you, Oracle. I really do, but I don't like Barbara Gordon Batgirl. I liked her back in the day, but not now. Skip it. Batman number 21. This is the beginning of year zero, the storyline that has been touted and taunted for months to come in previews and all that stuff like that. You've been seeing this single image of this cover for a while now. And you might say, like, well, why do we need to retell Batman's origin? Well, if you give it to Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo, that's why. I thought that we had seen all we needed to see about Batman's origin. We have Batman Begins, we have Batman Year One, we have Batman The Long Halloween, sort of this all these titles of Batman's origin. And Batman Year Zero finds a way to tell us new information about Batman's storyline by making it personal, making it a story about Bruce. We get to see behind his cowl. We get to see a lot of origins of things, and this just this first issue that Bat fans will go crazy about. The origin of the giant penny. Haven't you always wanted to know about where that giant Lincoln came from? You get the origin of why Bruce wanted, apparently Bruce, totally different subject, apparently Bruce wanted to stay legally dead. He didn't want to come back to life. He didn't want to be Bruce Wayne. He only wanted to be Batman. It's these functions and these scenes with him and Alfred that make this story work, and it makes me very excited for what's coming in next. And Greg Capullo, wow, he is knocking it out of the park. I'm very close to calling that man the best Batman artist ever. His emotions, his character faces, and everything. Batman Year Zero is great, and I cannot wait until I own this in an absolute edition. Buy this book. Constantine number 4. There is probably the worst James Bond villain ever that shows up in this book, and his name is Papa Midnight, and he is the worst ratio stereotype I have seen in a long time. But also in this book is also if you want to follow the adventures of John Constantine in the most boring day ever. Do you want to follow that? I know I don't. He just kind of buys cigarettes, and he gets beat up by his ultimate weakness, a crowbar. You know what? Skip it. Demon Knights number 21. Hot damn, is this an awesome book!
Pardon me, Master Jason.
It's canceled? You son of a bitch!
Not the face this time!
Why is this book being canceled? It is so awesome. I mean, you have Etrigan the Demon, you have Vandal Savage, you have the Shining Knight, and they're all on a quest to find the Holy Grail. Why are you? This is like DC superheroes mixed with the perfect medieval. You need to go out and buy this issue, and then you need to buy 3 more copies, and then you need to buy 6 copies on top of that with the trade. Send them all to your grandma, because we all know how much your grandma loves demons and medieval knights. You need to buy this book before it's gone. This book is awesome. Buy it. Buy it. Buy it. Green Lantern Corps number 21. This book is a new direction after the whole Jeff Johns era, and it seems like this book has taken a step 15 years backward into the pre-Hal Jordan goes crazy for Parallax and kills all the Guardians, spoilers, era, where like before Parallax turned everything and Kyle Rayner showed up, they were just like bad space aliens with a lot of bad art, And there's just no reason to care, and that's exactly what this book is. It's Jon Stewart flying around in space with some bad aliens getting some Green Lantern rings, and there is no hook or emotional core for me to care about these guys, and I really like Green Lantern, and so that's disappointing. Skip this book. Katana number 5. There is a master assassin in this that is named Swagger. Yeah, isn't that horrible? I agree. And also there's an artist in this book who doesn't know how to draw faces or anatomy. That goes even worse. And then thirdly, their Creeper is in this book. And it's the first appearance in the New 52, and he looks like a weird Japanese demon. I cannot say skip it quick enough, so I will skip it. Nightwing number 21. This is the first issue of this series since the New 52 began that it feels like the old classic series of Chuck Dixon and Scott McDaniel, the original Nightwing run. I think the real reason is because they moved Dick to Chicago, so that gives the character a real sense of purpose that this book has not had before. I mean, he just messing around with Haley's circus. He was messing around with a demon. You were sitting there being like, why is Nightwing fighting a demon? Why is he in the circus again? He should be fighting people and doing things. So making him hunt Tony Zuko, the man who killed his parents, brings a real sense of purpose to this book. I wish Brett Booth, the artist of this book, was still on the book for more than 3 issues. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know why DC is stealing him, taking him out of frame like I'm doing right now. I don't know where he's going, but they need to bring him back into frame, bring him back into Nightwing, make this book awesome. You need to buy this book, especially if you like Nightwing, and especially if you like his 4-letter name of the character, the main character, which I'm not going to say because if I say it in a statement, you know, you just put it together. Buy it. Suicide Squad number 21. I was ready to give up on this book a long time ago since they had this super over-sexual Harley Quinn costume and not the really cool Batman animated series costume. You know, this one? Yeah, look at that. Awesome. Now they have this one. Come on, why? Belly button, why? We don't need it. Everyone has one. We don't, you're not proving anything to us. But this book changes the game a little bit because Harley Quinn takes over a prison. She kidnaps Amanda Waller, and then they drop a character that surprised the crap out of me in this book. They drop James Gordon Jr. in this book. Yeah, the Scott Snyder creation from the Black Mirror storyline. And now he wants to join the Suicide Squad. And at first, I know what you're saying. This shouldn't work. But yeah, it kind of does. It kind of does work. And also, Deadshot is in this book. So, James Gordon Jr., I'm there. Deadshot, I'm double there. Buy it. I know, I'm surprised too. Superboy number 21. It's the Superboy and Crypto Team-Up Show. Survey says, should you read this book? No, skip it. Superman Unchained number 1. Now, this is a book that has been hyped for a long time. Scott Snyder, Jim Lee, the Superman of the Supermen, all during Man of Steel week. I mean, I'm wearing my cape for this book. Did it live up to the hype? Well, not quite. I mean, I didn't quite get super enough, if you want to use a bad pun. The characterization of Clark Kent and Superman in this book are great. It's really perfect, except for one little minor detail where Scott Snyder thinks that he knows things about hay bales, and you can obviously tell that he knows nothing about farming. Do some research, talk to a farmer. Scott, my number is on the screen right now. You can call me anytime. But anyways, besides that, every other character in this book kind of comes off wrong. Like Lois just comes off as a loud brat. Jimmy is just like a slacker. And then Perry doesn't get any kind of anything to do in this book. Also, Scott Snyder and Jim Lee quite haven't figured out how to mesh yet. Jim Lee has beautiful art, great art, one of my favorite artists of all time, but Scott Snyder sometimes fills up so many of these panels with so much dialogue that you want to just be like, chill out, man. You know a comic book is supposed to be visual, right? Not like a prose novel? Well, yeah. This book does have a very interesting idea that there is an original Superman out there. There is a Superman that has been around since 1945 in this New 52 universe, and he's a secret, and he's been in every event through history. That is an amazing idea. There's a brilliant idea. It's the opposite of Superman. You know my other problem with this title? Superman Unchained. What a stupid name for a book. What does it mean? Unchained? You know what? I read this issue. There are no chains in this book. Where's it at, DC? False advertising. I'm going to file my class action lawsuit with the comic book lawyers Matt Murdock and She-Hulk here soon to file you for false advertising. They should have just called this book Man of Steel. Man of Steel, that movie's coming out this week, right now. Should have just called it Man of Steel. Person walks into the comic book shop, they're like, what comic book should I read? Oh, the one called Man of Steel. Besides all those problems, this is still a buy it. Why? Because it's Superman, and why? Because it's drawn by Jim Lee. But right now, this book is leaning a little bit for tomorrow, and it should be a little bit more All-Star Superman. Hopefully that happens in future issues, but still, buy it. Threshold number 6. Why does Brainiac in this book look like the Brainiac before the New 52? Did nobody in the New 52 editorship tell them that the New 52 reboot happened. That's what this book reads like, and I still couldn't even tell you what this book is about. Also, there's a giant rabbit in it, Captain Care. I don't even know. Don't buy this book. Skip it, and if you buy a copy of it, you know, I'm not a proponent of this, but like if you like comic book art, I would say rip out every page and frame it on a wall. Yeah, I know that's heresy to hear that about a comic book, but like this book just blows. Yeah. No plot, no character. Don't buy it. Just hang it on your wall. World's Finest number 13. The superhero and team-up book of the century comes back. Basically, this book is Power Girl fights a giant dog. But you know what? Don't hey, whoa, come back. It's okay. Just because Power Girl's fighting a giant dog doesn't mean this issue sucks. I think it's one of the hellhounds of Apocalypse. They never really come out and say it, but Desaad is in this issue, so that makes me think that he sent one of the dogs out to fight Power Girl. It's kind of a little bit of a silly issue, but you know what? The character interaction between Power Girl and Huntress is so damn good and so strong that you don't care. You can tell that these two girls, these women, are real friends, and they have a real interaction, and they've known each other for years, and that is something that Paul Evans brings to this book, and it's something that makes this book enjoyable for me. So you know what? Before Power Girl punches you in the head, get out and buy this book. And that's all the DC New 52 comic books of June 12th. And don't forget to go check out MajorSpoilers.com. They're the comic book website where they know you love comic books, and we do too. And they also have some amazing podcasts. They have a Zach Loves Film podcast. They have a Dueling Reviews where they take one comic book and they review it all. You go download it on iTunes and MajorSpoilers.com on the interwebs. Get it real fast on your iPod listening machine device as fast as you can. Don't forget to comment below and tell me what you think I should review next week. Do you think I should review Marvel? Do you think I should review DC? Do you think I should review the Charlie Brown comic strips of the 1960s? Hey, I'll go pull them out of the library. I don't care. Thank you to all of you who watch and subscribe to this channel. Please like and favorite below and spread this comic book video out to all the masses. This is Man of Steel week, and we should all spread the love of comic books and the love of red capes. And you know, being from Kansas, I tend to love red capes. It's just a thing. It's like ingrained in our blood. I think it's in the water we drink. But if you love red capes and you love Superman, then I hope you enjoy Man of Steel this week. And if you don't like red capes and Superman, well then, I'm not gonna buy you a cup of coffee next time I see you. And that's a promise. As always, I'm Jason Inman. Be seeing you, and up, up, and away.
In time, you will help them.